Sly, they're already rigging a noose for Tennessee, so we don't have time for a complicated plan. All my data points to one thing. The quickest route inside that prison is to get yourself arrested.
Get myself arrested? I trust you, Bentley, but I'm not sure about getting locked up in this town.
Sorry, Sly. It's the only way we're gonna reach Tennessee in time. There's just one problem. They're holding Kid Cooper in the maximum security wing. To get yourself thrown in there, you're gonna have to gain outlaw status. So you need to make sure you build a rep before they catch you. Otherwise, they'll throw you in with the common criminals.
Ugh, you mean like jaywalkers and litterbugs? Not gonna happen.
Well, around these parts, it's probably more like goat thieves and tobacco spinners. But you get the point. For starters, why don't you try defacing all those posters of the sheriff around town? That ought to put a burr under his saddle. Get it? Because we're in the Old West? Well, anyway, I'll just let you get started.
You there! Now where'd you get off to?
Find a poster, make it look goofy, and move on. Just like junior high.
Very nice, Sly.
Not for sale. It's Puny Greenhorn. Wow, I bet the original artist damaged his vision staring at this guy.
I like it, Sly.
Let's hope so. It's called No Good Lawman. If I was as homely as this guy, I would not hang my picture everywhere.
Excellent work, Sly.
I wish I could tear them down. Here's Weakling of the West. words to describe this guy.
That's a beaut, Sly.
It's an improvement. I'll name this one the Homely Buckaroo. What kind of sheriff puts up posters of himself?
Nice work, Sly. You're a regular Picasso.
I love a challenge. I call it 10-star loser. This guy's a real egomaniac.
I think you just achieved troublemaker status, Sly.
Oh, now this really chaps my hide! I'm going to find this artist and bust his thumbs! And maybe his pinky.
We definitely got under his skin, Sly. You ready for phase 2?
Absolutely.
Apparently, the sheriff also loves lollipops, but his favorite is a particular Cuban variety which has to be shipped in specially. Supposedly, they taste like rice and beans.
Ugh, gross.
Agreed. But if we clean him out, he'll have to wait weeks for the next shipment, and that should really tick him off.
Like that lollipop.
Great job! You just became a criminal, Sly. Perfectly. You'll be locked up in no time.
You know, you're a little too excited about sending me to the slammer, Bentley.
It's all about the job, Sly. Speaking of which, in case you hadn't noticed, this Sheriff Toothpick is his own biggest fan. In fact, it looks like he's throwing himself a festival, and it's in full swing. If you take that banner down, I'm sure it'll be the final straw.
Right. Let's go rain on this guy's parade. Okay, I just need to get up to that banner. Of all the things to get busted for, can't believe it's banner dumping. Okay, there's the banner. I just need to knock those clothespins off.
Hold your fires, boss! That there is the scribble, lolly thief and outlaw I've been looking for! Well, amigo. You just booked yourself a permanent room in this stony lonesome.
Looks like it's up to me to recon the area. I need to get some shots of that prison, but I better keep a low profile. I don't want to alert the guards. Sly and Tennessee Kid Cooper are in that high tower. it a shot. Unless I'm mistaken, that is definitely a munitions dump. Very handy. There is clearly some structural weakness along the rear wall.
Howdy.
Howdy yourself. Looks like you must have ticked old Toothpick off pretty good. I like that. You got a name?
It's Sly. Sly Cooper.
Now, son, you should know I don't take kindly to folks funning on my family name.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I swear, I'm not joking. I can explain.
Talk ain't worth spit, boy. Only one way to prove you're a Cooper. Bust us out of here.
Right. My friend Bentley's working on that. I hope.
Sly, press the square button to swing that ball. You'll smash through that wall like it's made of cardboard. Sly, you need to make your way to the bottom of the tower. Sly, here's your chance. Use the ball to break down that door and bust Tennessee out.
Okay, kids, stand clear.
All right. I guess break time is over.
You can probably move that container if you hit it hard enough, Sly.
Why am I the only one with a ball and chain here?
Friend, they're planning on hanging me tomorrow. You want to trade?
lot of important stuff in there. So you all need to keep your mouth shut about it. Except to tell the new guards about it, I guess. Well, anyway, this is getting mighty complicated. Okay, look. I don't want to hear nobody's talking about it in public, okay? We can't risk having any interlopers find their way inside. Understood? Good! Toothpick out. Sheriff Toothpick here. I wanted to remind you all that it's that time of year again. Yes, sir. It's time for the annual Toothpick Appreciation Festival. Yeah, right, that cowboy. I can hardly wait. Why, I'm happier than a jackalope in a powder keg. It's going to be stupendous. We got the same great events that I know you all love, and you get to celebrate me. Oh, you lucky dogs. It probably don't need saying that anybody dying during the contest ain't getting paid. So
I'll just stay right here and lend you my more support.
everybody's going to have a great time. That is all.
Try moving those containers into the pit.
Tomorrow is my birthday, but I do not care. I want the cake anyway. Yes, so I need you all to rustle me up a big old chocolate cake with the candles and the frosting and lots of sprinkly things, right? Then I'm going to blow out my candles and eat my cake, all of it, while you sing me a birthday song. Fun, right? Fun, right? Fun, right? Attendance is mandatory. Oh, and don't forget my present. Attention! I've been figuring out
Yes,
the new
you
work
did it!
schedule, and I see a whole saddlebags worth of requests for time off.
Sly, you're gonna need Tennessee to carry the TNT to blow the perimeter wall. Needless to say, you'll want to make sure he steers clear of things like fire or bullets.
Naturally. Thanks, Bentley.
Son, who is it you keep talking to?
I have a thing in my ear that lets me talk to my friend. And now he's telling me you need to carry some of that TNT so we can blow the gate.
Sure. I got voices in my head telling me to blow things up too. They've been right so far. Let's get to it.
Look around, Sly. There's bound to be a switch somewhere.
Figure I'll wait by the door while you work this one out.
Howdy! I just wanted to let you all know that I really like the newfangled speaker system. I know
Try
that
not to
it's
forget who's
easier
carrying the
than film,
dynamite.
But I am real happy. So it looks like all your pain was worth it. I love hearing my new big voice. Plus now I can yell at you way easier. However, I understand you probably missed the personal warmth of me yelling you straight in the face. So I hereby promise to keep that up as well. I love screaming. Come now, ain't I a great
Maybe we
boss,
should
huh?
rethink this TNT idea. Well, looks like we can mosey along now.
Nice job, Sly.
I'd like to make it through this in one piece, if you don't mind.
Slide, use that melting pot to move Tennessee forward. Just avoid the flames.
Well, looks like our goose ain't cooked yet. Time we got going, I guess. Time to hit the trail once more. Well, looks like we can mosey along now. Well, looks like we can mosey along now.
Way to go, Slide. Well, it looks like somebody's supplying toothpicks with new technology. That is a phase car for race line. One touch means instant death. Switch it to your jailbird costume and try using that ball in a different way. Press the R2 button to get on top of it. You should be able to ride it around using the left stick.
This looks like a nice place for a quick siesta. I'll just stay right here and lend you my moral support. I'll just stay put and pretend like I'm not carrying enough TNT to blow myself to kingdom come. Figure I'll wait by the door while you work this one out. I think I'll set a spell and rest my dynamite. That did the trick. Let's keep moving along.
Sly, it appears that archway in front of the door is some kind of locking mechanism. And that block is the key. Now you just need to figure out how to get it in there.
So, tell me about Sheriff Toothpick.
Toothpick? That shady son of a gun is crookeder than a sack of corkscrews. Plus, he framed me for that bank job and took the gold himself. I just know it. I guess break time is over.
Use the ball to get across the board, Clyde.
For once, I might be glad I'm carrying the TNT. I'm the one who's got to lug the dynamite. Well, let's get going. I ain't getting any younger. Officer Cooper the second I laid eyes on you.
Thanks, but Tennessee, we need to go. You ready?
Well, not really. Whoa!
Somehow, we had managed to survive and make it back to the hideout. Once there, Tennessee gave us the lowdown, how he'd been planning the bank heist that should have gone down in Cooper lore as his masterpiece, only to have a mysterious new sheriff arrest him before he even reached the bank. Curiously, the robbery still occurred, and all the bank's gold was stolen. Tennessee was charged even though he was already in prison, and the gold was never recovered. Of course, he had a strong suspicion it was Sheriff Toothpick himself who had stolen the gold and framed him. And after a little research, there was no doubt he was right. Bentley was able to uncover plenty of information about the sheriff. Although he changed his appearance somewhat, Toothpick was a two-bit gangster from present-day Eastern Europe. According to his file, he'd grown up loving two things: gold and cowboy movies. He eventually specialized in gold robberies, and for a while had masterminded some of the largest scores around the world. Then he abruptly vanished. The word was he had always thought of himself as a gunslinger, and it looked like he had found a way to make that a reality. The guy was a real loose cannon. We'd have to watch our backs if we were going to steal back the missing gold and restore Tennessee Kid Cooper's reputation as the greatest outlaw of the Old West.
The first order of business is getting Tennessee his guns back.
Well, it's just the one gun now. I upgraded. But yeah, I need my shooting iron back.
Agreed. According to my sources, Toothpick closed this old gold mine several months ago, declaring it unsafe. In fact, he's converted it to a storage facility for his stolen goods, including Tennessee's gun. We'll need to take measures with this job so as not to arouse suspicion. So, employing a masterful disguise, I'll tail Toothpick to the mine's entrance and mark it with a homing beacon. Murray, you'll then use the beacon to find your way there. Toothpick's sure to have secured the entrance, so we'll need your formidable skills to get it open. Then, once we have access, Tennessee can get in and get his gun back. Let's get to work. Okay, I need to keep up with this guy. I better stay close, but out of direct sight.
Yes, sorry. I got this here down all soda. Ain't nobody stopping me now.
Gotta stay close, but not too close.
Oh, this 2-bit down ain't worth the 2 bits they spent making it. Oh, I step in horse pool.
Lead on, Toothpick. I hope...
Oh, enough bad, wasn't it? There were 1 Cooper around. Now I have to deal with 2.
This isn't too bad. It must be the excellent disguise.
Oh, enough bad, wasn't it? There were 1 Cooper around. Now I have to deal with 2.
Just blending it. Huh?
Dang it! My tongue is feeling mighty unsatisfied. When is the next shipment of Cuban lollies going to show?
Should be right around this bend.
Ain't nobody's going to find this entrance. Time to take a little look at my gold.
All right, time to open up a can of hack. Oh, scorpions! Guys, help!
Yeehaw! The cavalry's a coming!
Don't worry, Bentley. I got the bug spray right here.
Commencing hack.
I need more clock speed. Better use the speeder code. Time for that upgrade slot. Speeder code engaged. Updating physics code module. And voila! Elastic projectiles. Perfect for shooting around corners. this security on directly. Time to bounce some shots around the corner. Laser loop will work perfectly on that switch. If I press and hold the R2 button while moving the ship, I can close a damaging laser loop around a target. Alright, I can use this data key to disable that firewall. Looks like I should just go with the electron flow in this thing. Yikes, just looking at that warp hole is making me dizzy. I better steer clear of that.
Systems on go.
I bet a laser loop around multiple switches would do the trick. Requires a data key. I need to use the data key on that lock to defeat the firewall. Do the trick.
Password accepted. Danger.
Oh boy, looks like they brought out the big guns. I better tackle this big guy piece by piece. The bigger they are, the harder they fall! Yes, a data key! The gate is open, time to dock the ship! Security, thy gate is hacked. Awesome, Murray! Okay, Tennessee, you're up.
Shoot, I'll be in and out quicker than a hyperactive rattlesnake.
Hey guys, this door's kinda heavy.
There's my gun! That's right! The kid is back in business! Alrighty, me and Old Blue need to get reacquainted. Let's see. First, I need to press and hold the L1 button to enter targeting mode. Once in targeting mode, I can use the right stick to place the cursor over a target. Then I just press the R1 button to pull the trigger. Yes, sir, it's all coming back to me. Guess I better make tracks before old Toothpick finds out. I wonder what old Toothpick is cooking up in here. What in tarnation? Big old door is gonna require my crack shot technique. First, I press and hold the R2 button to enter crack shot mode. Next, I can use the right stick to move the cursor and draw a bead on multiple targets. Then I just release the R2 button to blast them. I can only use crack shot when my Cooper focus is full. This one's tricky. I need to shoot all those locks at the same time.
Tennessee tried jumping to a different rail using the X button. Tennessee, I'm detecting a strong electric current on those rails. Keep your eyes open. Nothing but electricity, Tennessee.
These rails are quicker than a six-legged coyote. Yep, I need to keep pushing. Well, I'm faster than a jackalope with his tail on fire! You couldn't catch me with a bolt of lightning! Gotta keep sliding right on out of here! Boys.
Great, Tennessee, keep it up. Tennessee, you need
Are the spiders? I don't want to see the flies.
All right, the door's open. Get going, Tennessee.
This is more fun than square dancing with the donkey. This must be the express.
Remember, you can use any of your shooting skills while rail sliding, Tennessee.
Full steam ahead. Yeehaw! Ain't nothing stopping me now. Ain't no better way to get around.
Uh-oh. Looks like you're gonna have to shoot your way out, Tennessee.
You hombres don't know when to quit. Too bad, gents. Looks like it's your unlucky day. Man, this ain't even fair for you. You boys should have just skedaddled.
Great shot, Tennessee. Toothpick's office is somewhere in the upper levels of the saloon. To find out what he's planning, our best bet is to plant a bug. Needless to say, we must remain undetected. Conveniently, I discovered they're looking for a new bartender. So I'll go in, undercover, and control the situation by introducing the patrons to my special home-brewed sarsaparilla.
Your mustache looks bigger. What have you been feeding it?
Pay attention, Sly. You'll need to enter through that window and make your way to the ventilation system. Meanwhile, I'll have the goons inside so sugared up they'll be seeing double until they crash hard. Once you launch the RC car in the vents, I'll take control and guide it to Toothpick's office.
You're not gonna start wearing that mustache all the time, are you?
Jealousy is such an ugly emotion, Sly.
Watch your back, pal. This place looks pretty rough.
Will do. See you inside. Informed this establishment is in dire need of an expert tap jockey. I've got sarsaparilla? Well, these guys look thirsty. Let's see, I can move left and right simply by using the left stick. When a patron steps up to the bar, I can slide him a drink by pressing the X button. These guys don't look like patient types, so I'd better make it fast. I'd better keep an eye on the sarsaparilla gauge. It's going to take my whole supply to quiet this bunch. The meter should indicate how much sarsaparilla I have left. Something tells me it's gonna take every drop.